So today we will talk about only male reproductive system. So in any reproductive system, we will see two kinds of sex organ. Number one is the primary sex organ, and number second is the secondary sex organ. Okay. So what is the primary need of the body to reproduce? Gametes. We require gametes, otherwise we will not reproduce sexually. So those organs which produce gametes will be known as primary sex organ. Clear? So primary sex organ are testis. We will be discussing in male context of male, है ना? Male के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं. Clear? So what are the secondary sex organ? So those organ which help the sperm to reach ova are known as secondary sex organ. Clear? Now we will understand the main thing. What is testis? देखो, testis is the primary sex organ in humans. It is one pair. ठीक है? Size is 4 to 5 centimeter and by 2 to 3 centimeter length and breadth. Testis is located in a bag-like structure, scrotum, like this. This is one testis and this is another testis. This scrotum is divided into two chambers by the wall known as, this is the wall known as scrotal septum. So if you look here, the testis is attached to the scrotal wall by a cord-like structure known as gubernaculum. And what is gubernaculum? Gubernaculum is a fibrous cord. It is a fibrous cord that held the testis to the scrotal wall. So there will be another attachment. So what actually happens for the attachment? There arise a cord which hold onto this testis, which hold this testis, consist of spermatic vein and spermatic arteries. This cord is known as your spermatid cord. So, and you can see the spermatid cord is coming out from a canal. That is coming out from a canal. So this canal is through which the spermatid cord as well as testis descend is known as inguinal canal. So from the inguinal canal, or actually what happens, I'm telling you this, the testis formed in the middle of the trimester, second trimester, by the end, or you can say 8th month of pregnancy. Remember this, that is very important point. 8th month of pregnancy. Okay, the testis descend into the, descend means they come into, they descend into the scrotum, through inguinal canal. So what happens if they fail to descend? This condition is known as cryptorchidism. So what we should do now? We should inject, if it is a male, we should inject the testosterone. The testosterone will stimulate the descendation of testis into the cryptorchidism. So this is the cavity between testis and scrotal wall. This is known as vaginal coelom. Okay, and this is filled up by some fluid known as hydrocele. The thing is, the testes are located outside the body because the requirement of temperature for the formation of sperm is 2 to 3 degrees lower than the body temperature. That is why they are located outside the body. We'll try to understand how this temperature is maintained in summer and in winter. Now this is the scrotum. We will draw a single testis here. and we have cut this testis. What we are seeing that the testis consists of outer layer of a muscle known as deltoid muscle, and the testis also consist of inner muscle known as cremaster muscle. Clear, bachcho? So what happens whenever the winter comes? है ना? The outside temperature fall down. है ना? You start to shiver to produce the heat. So what actually these deltoid and cremaster muscle do? They contract to pull the scrotum close to the abdominal cavity, sorry, abdominal wall, है ना? They pull the scrotum upward and they touch the abdomen region and gain heat from there. So to create heat, or to give the heat to the scrotum, the deltoid muscle and cremaster muscle play an important role. When you look at the testis, so what you see? The double or the paired one are called as testis, and the spelling is es. When we talk about the single one, they are written as is. Okay. So we see the testis consist of three layers: outer, middle, and inner. Okay, this one will be the outer, है ना, known as tunica vaginalis, and inner to this tunica albuginea, tunica vasculosa. When you look into the testis, है ना, you see there are some lobules. Okay, and now I will draw these things. So this is the outermost layer of testis. Okay, now what happens, the next to the tunica vaginalis, the albuginea move inwards. What it will do, it will move inwards and form lobules, and these lobules are known as testicular lobules. Which layer formed it? By the tunica albuginea. So the tunica albuginea move inwards and form lobules known as testicular lobules. Okay, so in each testis we found these compartments known as testicular lobules. It is about 250. Now the second interesting thing, each compartment consists of tubules like this, है ना? They can be 1 to 3. They can be one or more than one, like 2 or 3, है ना? These are known as seminiferous tubules. So what actually happens next? These seminiferous tubule combine to give rise to a structure known as rete testis. Now these rete testis further divide into 15 to 20 minute tubules known as vas efferentia. So these vas efferentia, remember this, okay, they opens into a highly coiled structure known as, इसको highly convoluted structure होता है, known as epididymis. Epididymis is divided into three regions. This one is the head. So the head of the epididymis is known as caput. So this is the body till here. Okay, and this is known as corpus epididymis. The tail of the epididymis is known as cauda. Let me explain you last thing. From the tail of the epididymis, the duct arises. This duct is known as vas deferens. Okay, just tell me one thing. If I am telling you that the sperm formation occur here. Sperm is forming in seminiferous tubule. Okay, what will be the path of sperm? When the sperm forms, it moves into the retic testis. Okay, then to the vas efferentia, it finally opening into the epididymis. Okay, so the sperm will not move from epididymis until and unless two things happens, and you must listen this two things. The sperm undergo physiological maturation, not physical, physiological. It acquires energy, it acquires motility, it must attain a fertilization capacity. Yes. Okay, so second thing, the sperm must attain the fertilizing capacity, and that occur in epididymis. So epididymis play an important role in increasing motility. Okay, bacha. And the second thing, it is giving the sperm attain fertilizing capacity. Are we clear here? So, okay, you should understand one more thing. These epididymis are lined by pseudo-stratified epithelium. Suppose these are the pseudo-stratified epithelium. I'm marking it here. Okay, pseudo-stratified epithelium, PSE. You understand this? Okay, so what does PSE do? It secretes nutrients. What is it is doing? It is secreting the nutrients, and that nutrients are required for the maturation and nourishment of sperm. है ना बच्चों? So the epididymis is also helping in nourishment of sperm. You must have heard about the Sertoli cell. है ना? That first the sperm will get nourishment from Sertoli cell, but after nourishment they move out. They move out to the from the Sertoli cell and move into the retic testis, vas efferentia, and get stored into the epididymis and into the last portion of vas deferens. Vas deferens. Clear? They will remain stored into this portion if the ejaculation does not happen for how many time? Yeah, how much time? 1 month. Okay. So what happen when the ejaculations is not, does not occur? What will happen? When these sperms are not ejected, they are reabsorbed. They are reabsorbed by the vas deferens. Clear, bacho? So what we have drawn, we have studied that this is the testis. Okay, and this is what? Epididymis, and this is what? Vas deferens. Okay, the vas deferens, they combines with a gland known as seminal vesicle. Okay, they opens into the seminal vesicle from the both side. Okay, like this. I'm drawing it again. This is another testis, epididymis, and this is how they are coming. Okay, they combinedly opens into a common duct known as ejaculatory duct. Okay, ejaculatory duct. Clear, bachcho? Ejaculatory duct opens into a muscular tube known as urethra. ठीक, तो urethra serve as both the passage of urine as well as passage of sperm. Okay, so it's a common duct. Okay, so urethra is divided into 3 regions. Remember this. Okay, I'm telling you, make you understand. I'm drawing a gland here. This is the prostate gland. So the region near to the prostate gland of urethra is known as prostatic urethra. Clear? The region near the prostate gland will be known as prostatic urethra. And the you can see the head of the external genital organ is present, which is known as penis. Okay, the urethra present here, this portion, is known as penile urethra. वैसे head of the penis is known as glans penis. You must remember this. Okay, which urethra we call this? Penile urethra. Okay, the remaining portion is membranous urethra. So when you look at the seminiferous tubule, consists of 2 layers. Number 1 point. Okay, you have to remember this. कि seminiferous tubule consists of 2 layers. Number 1 is germ layer and number 2 is of Sertoli cell. तो यानी कि the seminiferous tubule consists of 2 kind of cell, germ layer cell and Sertoli cell. When we draw, what I told you, that seminiferous tubule is lined by 2 type of layer or 2 type of cell. Okay, we are clear here. So number 1 cell, let us draw the seminiferous tubule sectional view. ठीक है, we have taken the section. Suppose it is the seminiferous tubule and we have taken the section, we have cut down it and we are seeing it like this, है ना? We are seeing like this, है ना? This is the seminiferous tubule, and what we see, the seminiferous tubule is lined with very important cell. These are cuboidal cell known as germ cell. What do we call them? Germ cell. And what we also observe that this germ cell have a special kind of cell embedded in them. Triangular, pyramid shape. You can see the triangular cell embedded in them. These are known as Sertoli cell. Okay, and in between the seminiferous tubule, there is a fluid present. This fluid is known as interstitial fluid, and this fluid consists of one of the most important cell. These cells are known as, scattered in this fluid, these cells are known as Leydig cell. You know that? Leydig cell. So Leydig cell are present in the fluid of testis, and this fluid is known as interstitial fluid. Okay, and that is why Leydig cell are also known as interstitial cell. Clear, bacha? Now, germ cell, you know that germ cell. The germ cell will help in germination. And what cell germination occur? Sperm. Okay, they will help in spermatogenesis. Okay, germ cell will give rise to sperm. Germ cell will give rise to sperm. Clear? So what this cell will do? They will nourish the sperm. They also participate in spermatogenesis. Not only single thing, they also participate in spermatogenesis. Their main function is nourish the sperm. What this cell is doing here? Okay, under the influence of LH hormone, this Leydig cell, this will produce testosterone. Clear, bacha?